Hello students, good morning to all of you. On 7th of September, we just started to learn the new topic, and that topic was coordination compounds. So we studied first of all definition of coordination compounds, then types of ligands, then the terms used in coordination chemistry. After that we studied charge number of complex, and in last video on 10th September we studied coordination complex and Werner's theory of coordination complex. That means last article was Werner theory of coordination complex. So today we are going to study the next article after Werner's theory, and that article is classification of complexes. So coordination complexes are classified according to types of ligands and sign of charge on complex ion. So complex, it can be classified on the basis of types of ligands and sign of charge on complex ion. So on these two bases, complex can be classified. So first of all, let's study the first type of classification, that is classification on the basis of types of ligands. So let's study this particular classification. So on the basis of types of ligands, complexes are classified into two classes. First one is homoleptic complexes and second one is heteroleptic complexes. On the basis of types of ligands, complexes are of two types, homoleptic complexes and heteroleptic complexes. So in that first one, it is the homoleptic complexes. So let's study about homoleptic complexes. So homoleptic complexes are nothing but complexes in which so complexes in which metal ion is bound. Metal ion is bound or bonded. Metal ion is bound to only one type of ligand. Only one type of ligand. Only one type of ligand ligands are called as homoleptic complexes. Listen once again. Homoleptic complexes are nothing but these are the complexes in which metal ion is bound to only one type of ligands, and then they are called as homoleptic complexes. So take one example. So consider the complex CO NH3 6 times and complex having the charge that is 3 plus. So consider this complex. So here in this complex only one type of ligand, that is ammonia. Only one type of ligand that is surrounded by, or that surrounds CO3 plus ion. So here only one type of ligand is present, that is NH3. That's why this complex, it is the example of homoleptic complexes. Then next one is heteroleptic complexes. So heteroleptic complexes are defined as complexes in which so complexes in which metal ion is surrounded by more than one type of ligand. More than one type of ligands. Are called as heteroleptic complexes. See once again, heteroleptic complexes, it is another type of complexes. So complexes in which metal ion is surrounded by more than one type of ligands, then such complexes are called as heteroleptic complexes. In homoleptic complexes, metal ion is surrounded by only one type of ligand. And here in heteroleptic complexes, metal ion is surrounded by more than one type of ligands. Then such complexes are called as heteroleptic complexes. Take one example. For example, consider this complex CO, here NH3 4 times, then here Cl2, and the charge present on this complex is 3 plus. So in this complex, this CO3 plus ion, CO having the charge C3 plus, so cobalt 3 plus ion, it is surrounded by two types of ligand. First one, it is the NH3, that is ammonia ligand, and second one, it is the chloride ligands. So CO3 plus ion is surrounded by NH3 and Cl2 ligands. That's why this is the heteroleptic complexes, because here metal ion is surrounded by more than one type of ligand. Here two ligands are present. That's why it is the example of heteroleptic complexes. So here we finished first classification, that is classification of complexes on the basis of types of ligands. On this basis we studied homoleptic complexes and heteroleptic complexes. Then complexes are also classified in another way, that is sign of charge on complex ion. So the next classification is classification on the basis of charge on complexes. So on the basis of charge on complexes are classified as cationic complexes, anionic complexes, and third one, it is the neutral sphere complexes. Cationic complexes, anionic complexes or anionic sphere complexes, and neutral sphere complexes. So let's study one by one. So first one, it is the cationic complexes. So A coordination compound having a coordination compound having a coordination compound having a positively charged having a positively charged coordination sphere. So coordination compound having a positively charged coordination sphere is called cationic sphere complexes. Cationic complexes or cationic sphere complexes. So cationic sphere complexes are nothing but these are the coordination compounds having positively charged coordination sphere is present, or a positively charged coordination sphere, it is present in such type of complexes. So complexes in which complex ion carries positive charge. In another word, we can say that complexes in which complex ion carries the positive charge are called as cationic complexes. So to understand this, take one example. Consider the cation. Zn in bracket NH3 4 times, and this complex having the charge 2 plus. So here on this complex there is a positively charged coordination sphere. So this coordination sphere having a positive charge, that's why this is the example of cationic complexes. Or take another example. Again consider one another example or complex CO in bracket NH3 5 times, then Cl, and outside the coordination sphere there is SO4. So it is also cationic complex because here the coordination sphere here the coordination sphere having a positive charge, coordination sphere, that is CO NH3 5 times Cl, it having a plus 2 charge. So this in this complex coordination sphere is CONH3 5 times Cl and it having a charge plus 2. So here the anion SO4 2 minus makes it neutral. That's why this complex does not having a charge. But this is the example of cationic complex. Why this is the example of cationic complex? Because on the coordination sphere positive charge is present. Then next type of complexes is anionic complexes. So anionic complexes are nothing but coordination compounds having coordination compounds having negatively charged coordination sphere. Having negatively charged negatively charged coordination sphere. Coordination sphere is called anionic complexes. Is called anionic complexes. So here anionic complexes are nothing but these are the coordination compounds having negatively charged coordination sphere. So when negatively charged coordination sphere is present, then such type of complexes are called as anionic complexes. They are called as anionic complexes. So this is the definition of anionic complexes. Then let's try to understand this by considering examples. For example, consider complex Ni. Here cyanide ligands are present 4 times and here 2 minus. So here in this complex coordination sphere having a negative charge. That's why this is the example of anionic sphere complexes or anionic complexes. Then consider one more example, K3 FeCN6. So name of this complex is potassium ferricyanide. So in this complex the coordination sphere is FeCN6 and having a charge 3 minus. So in this complex, though it does not having a charge, but here coordination sphere it is the negatively charged. That's why this is the example of anionic complexes. So here in this complex coordination sphere is FeCN6 3 minus and 3K plus ion and 3K plus ions. 3K plus ions make 3K plus ion make this complex electrically neutral. So thus here we completed the study of anionic complex with example. Then next class of complex is neutral sphere complexes. Next type of complex, it is the neutral sphere complexes. So a neutral coordination complex, a neutral coordination complex, does not possess cationic or anionic sphere. So neutral sphere complexes are nothing but a neutral coordination complex does not possess cationic or anionic sphere. That means such type of complex, it does not having anionic or cationic pair. Consider the example. First example, PT, here NH3 two times and here Cl2. So here neither cation or anion, it having a charge. So this is the neutral pair complex. Or take one example, NiCO4 times. So it also having neither cation nor anion, but it is the neutral pair complexes. So thus here we completed the study of classification of complexes on the basis of charge on complexes. So on the basis of charge on the complexes, complexes are classified as cationic complexes or cationic pair complexes, anionic pair complexes or anionic complexes, and neutral pair complexes. So here we studied completely about the classification of complexes. So after studying classification of complexes, now we are going to study the next article, and that article is IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds. That means how we can name coordination complex or coordination compounds, that we are going to study in this article. So let's study IUPAC nomenclature of coordination compounds. So rules for naming coordination compounds recommended by IUPAC are as follows. Rules for naming coordination compounds. Rules for naming coordination compound recommended by IUPAC are as follows. These are the different rules. Let's study one by one. So in naming complex ion or neutral molecule, in naming the complex ion or neutral molecule, name the ligand first. Name the ligand. Name the ligand first. And then the metal. Then the metal. That means while naming complex ion or neutral molecule, first of all, write the name of ligand firstly, and then write the name of metal. This is the first IUPAC rule. Then let's study the second rule. That rule, it is the names of anionic ligands. Anionic ligand means ligand having a negative charge. Names of anionic ligand are obtained by changing. Names of anionic ligands are obtained by changing the ending IDE to O and ATE to ATO. Listen carefully. Names of anionic ligands. So names of anionic ligands, they are obtained by changing ending. And here ending IDE to O and ending ATE to ATO. To understand this, take one example. If, for example, anion ligand is bromide, anion ligand is bromide, that is Br minus. So if anion ligand is Br minus, that is bromide, then its IUPAC name, is bromo, because here IDE is converted to O, that's why here bromo. Instead of IDE, here we have to write bromo. Or take another example. For example, anion ligand is sulfate, SO4 2 minus. Then here ATE, it is replaced by ATO. That's why here instead of sulfate, here sulfato. So names of anionic ligands can be obtained by changing the ending IDE to O. IDE to O and ATE to ATO, ATE to ATO. Then the next IUPAC rule is the name of complex is single word. Name of complex is single word. There must not be any space. There must not be any space between different ligand name, as well as between ligand name and name of metal. See once again this rule. The name of complex is a single word. That means there must not be any space between different ligand name as well as in between ligand name and metal ion, or in between name of metal. So to understand this, consider one complex. Consider complex CO. Here NO2 3 times. Then here NH3 3 times. So name of this complex is, here amine ligands are present and nitro ligands are present. Alphabetically we have to write first of all amine ligands. 3 amine ligands are present, that's why tri-amine. Then next ligand is nitro. and here there are 3 nitro, that's why trinitro. Then metal atom is, or metal ion is cobalt. And its oxidation state, it is 3 in Roman figure. So in this way, name of complex is a single word. There must not any space between different ligands. Amine ligand and nitro ligand, there is no space. Similarly, there is also no space in between ligand name and name of metal. Ligand name and metal name, there is also no space. Then let's study the next IUPAC rule, and that IUPAC rule is, after the name of metal, write oxidation state in Roman numbers. During the naming, after writing the name of metal, write its oxidation state in Roman number. So this oxidation state, it appears in parenthesis without any space between metal name and parenthesis. See one example. Consider complex Ni. Then here Cn 4 times, and this complex, it having a charge 2 minus. So after the name of metal, write oxidation state in Roman number, which appears in parentheses without any space between metal name and parentheses. So name of this complex is tetracyanoniclate. Tetracyanoniclate. Then oxidation state of this nickel is 2, therefore write down in Roman figure in the parenthesis as 2. And here 2 minus charge is present on this complex, that's why this is the ion. So after name of metal, after name of here metal, oxidation state, it is written in the Roman figure. Then next IUPAC rule is, if complex has more than one ligand of same type, if complex has more than one ligand of same type, the number of, or the number is indicated by prefixes like di, tri, comma tetra, comma penta, and so on. Listen once again. If complex has more than one kind of ligand of same type, complex having more than one type of ligand, more than one kind of ligand of same type. So complex have more than one ligand of same type, Then their number is indicated by prefix like di, tri, tetra, penta, etc. Then the next IUPAC rule, it is for complex having more than one type of ligand, then they are written. For complex having more than one type of ligands, they are written. They are written in alphabetical order. They are written in alphabetical order. Suppose that two ligands with prefix tetra aqua and dichloro. While naming in alphabetical order, first of all we have to write tetra aqua and then dichloro, because ligand having the name aqua, A comes first, then C of chloro. So listen once again this rule. For complex having more than one type of ligands, if complex having more than one type of ligands, then they are written in alphabetical order. For example, complex contains tetra, aqua and dichloro ligands. Then according to alphabetical order, we have to write first of all tetra aqua. Then the next IUPAC rule is, if the name of ligand itself contains numerical prefix. If name of ligand itself contains numerical prefix. For example, bis for 2, tris for 3, tetra keys for 4, and so on. Then here the ligand name is written in the parenthesis. See once again. If the name of ligand itself contains numerical prefix, then display number in prefixes with bis for 2, tris for 3, tetra keys for 4, and so on. So ligand name is written in the parenthesis. For example, ethylene diamine 3. For example, ethylene diamine 3 or 3 ethylene diamine, or it is written in this way, En thrice. Here it would appear as tris. Ethylene diamine. tris ethylene diamine or tris ethane 1,2-diamine. Then the last IUPAC rule is the metal in cationic or neutral complex is specified by its usual name, while in anionic complex the name of metal ends with ATE. Ends with ATE. Listen once again. The metal ion in cationic or neutral complex. Metal ion in cationic or neutral complex, it is specified by its usual name, while in anionic complex name of metal ends with ATE. Consider example. So consider complex Cu NH3 4 times 2 plus. So name of this complex is tetraamine copper. Tetraamine copper. Then its oxidation state is 2 in Roman figure 2, and here ion. So see here, in the complex tetraamine copper second ion, here this is cationic or cationic complex. So metal in cationic or neutral complex is specified by its usual name. So here name of metal is copper, therefore its usual name is here copper. So here we finished the last IUPAC rule. So by using all these rules, we can give name to the coordination compound or coordination complex. So these are the rules for naming the coordination compounds, and these rules are recommended by the IUPAC. So after understanding all these rules, we can give name to the different coordination compound or coordination complex. So here we finished the IUPAC rules for the nomenclature of coordination compounds. So today we are going to stop here. Thank you.